Tuesday, June the 14th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here along with you. Let's start off with a look from the Beach Mountain Parkway cam this morning, courtesy of our friends at resortcams.com. Temperature atop Beach Mountain right now sits at 62 as I cut the video during the 5 o'clock hour early this morning. Pretty nice start to the day in many locations across the Carolinas. There's your mountain temperatures early this morning, 60s and 50s in the majority of spots. Not too bad at all. Take a look along the coast. Hey, there's Carolina Beach looking good this morning just prior to sunrise. Temperature there at 66 degrees. Dew point at 60 degrees and creeping upward. A lot of central and eastern North Carolina up into Virginia enjoyed a really nice break from the higher levels of humidity yesterday, but you got down into the Charlotte area, at least the central and western parts of the Charlotte viewing area, and then points south and west from there, and it stayed pretty muggy, and it stayed pretty hot too. 97 in Columbia, even a couple of Georgia locations hit 100 yesterday afternoon. Triad enjoyed a great day, mid to upper 80s, low humidity. The eastern half of the Charlotte viewing area over toward Wadesboro, Rockingham, Albemarle, you guys got into the low humidity. But Gastonia, Shelby, Lincolnton stayed pretty muggy yesterday with highs in the low to mid 90s. There's your temperatures this morning: 76 in Columbia, 79 in Myrtle Beach, it's 53 in Boone, and 64 in Greenville, North Carolina. And there's your current dew point temperatures. Notice Charlotte at 68, Columbia at 70, but still 52 in Greensboro. Those higher dew point values are going to be working in from the southwest as we go through the day. Here's your dew point forecast, and you notice as we get into this afternoon, those dew points, those higher dew points moving back to the northeast and staying very muggy then through tomorrow. Not a whole lot happening in terms of showers and storms locally. You do have a couple of showers and storms that have popped up around Birmingham, Alabama early this morning. You see those popping up there. Places like Hoover and Bessemer, seeing some of that activity. Further to the northwest, some pockets of showers and storms through the midwestern states and then back into the plains, but everything's still pretty quiet all across the Carolinas early this morning. However, as this muggier air returns, this front that moved in yesterday washes out, the higher levels of humidity begin to creep back in, and that continues on into tonight. And I think as we get into the heating of the day, southern North Carolina, around Charlotte, down into South Carolina, we'll see scattered thunderstorms. And then some of those isolated storms could try to work up further to the northeast as you get into this evening and tonight. Now, temperatures a little hotter today than yesterday, muggier as well. Even in the Triad, where the air mass is dry still this morning, notice those dew points creeping upward as we get deeper into the day. Now, we'll take a peek at your specifics here in the Triad this afternoon. 90 and the high in the Triad, 70 tonight. And down around Charlotte, it'll be good chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. And tomorrow, all of us see a really good opportunity for scattered thunderstorms, kind of an unsettled Wednesday setup with highs looking like that. We get on down to Thursday, kind of a tricky deal. I'm going to leave in the chance of an isolated storm or two, but at this point, I don't think any overly widespread Thursday thunderstorms. And then we get toward a late week, and this is when some forecast question marks really arise. This is the European model. You see this upper level low popping off the coast. The European model keeps that low far enough eastward through the weekend that we get some really nice weather here in the Carolinas all weekend long. That's Saturday and Sunday. Now in the GFS, it kind of retrogrades that low far enough westward that Saturday night and Sunday especially, you see some rain out there as the weekend rolls along. I'll show you more on that in just a second. There's your high temperatures we're currently going with for Saturday and Sunday across the region. Quickly in the tropics, nothing really happening. Pretty quiet in the Gulf of Mexico. Some flare-ups of storms with a cold front east of the Turks and Caicos out in the Atlantic Ocean, but no signs of development there. All right, so here's what's going on with the upper level pattern. This is this morning, the vorticity chart off the European. We go out to Friday morning, and there's this big trough diving in that turns into this cutoff low offshore over the weekend. Now, in the height fields of the European, while we enjoy the break from the heat, look at the heat, just the big ridge just cranking in the western part of the country. And the European model wants to try to build that in our direction by the middle of next week. But let's focus on what's happening between now and then. Today, there's your thunderstorm changes in southern North Carolina down to the South Carolina, and again, some of those could creep northeastward this evening. Tomorrow looks unsettled. Good chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms. Again, Thursday, not a whole lot, but maybe a few showers or thunderstorms a possibility. We get out into Friday. And that's when I think as we get into Friday, we see that another piece of energy I showed you a moment ago move in. So some scattered showers, maybe a few thunderstorms Friday, and then we get into the weekend. And I have continued to go with the European model idea. So let me first of all show you the GFS. This is Saturday. There's that low pressure offshore. It works westward enough that you get into a rainy scenario on Sunday and into portions of Monday and Tuesday to some extent as well, at least some scattered activity. However, on the European model, all right, let's say that. Let me get this correct here. Yeah, all right. There's Sunday, completely dry. There's Monday, completely dry. There's Tuesday, completely dry. And the Canadian is in pretty good agreement with that scenario as well. That's the direction I've leaned my forecast. So I'll, for the time being, stick with a dry, cooler, and lower humidity type of setup for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But it will entirely depend on exactly where that developing low pressure offshore winds up tracking. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.